I tried to tell you, you didn't listen, now your brackets are shot. Learn from history. Don't be doomed to repeat history. You need to listen, you need to take notes. Well, can I take a makeup test? No! The game's been played. You lost. Your brackets are toast. Hey, I'm Mark. Spring break, man. No school. Plenty of time to take in March Madness. A few weeks ago, I shared some history from NCAA tournaments past. You should have applied that wisdom to your bracket selections. You could have been in the lead in your office pool. You could be winning the $20. But you didn't. Remember this?
Well, let's look for somebody to pick on. Georgetown. They lost as a 2 seed in 2013, lost as a 3 seed in 2010, and as a 6 seed in 2011. And lost to an 11 seed as a 3 seed in the second round in 2012.
Georgetown was the flavor of the week after destroying Creighton in the Big East Final. And they were playing Colorado. What do? Ski? And bake? A bunch of you took Georgetown. You didn't listen.
How about Kansas? Kansas has won 15 of 16 Big 12 championships and has been bounced from the tournament by lower seeds 8 times.
Why did you do that? That's like choosing all of the above just because it's there. I told you, historically, Kansas is one of the biggest underachievers in recent March Madness history. Once again, knocked out by a lower seed. How'd they get a 3 seed anyway? You were seeding a brand, not a team. They can't even finish the Big 12 tournament. I know it was COVID, but come on. Hey, speaking of the Big XII.
Collectively, the Big XII has fallen to the upset bug numerous times in the first round.
The Big XII is the most underachieving conference in the NCAA tournament, year after year. This year, the selection committee gave bids to 7 of the team's 10 schools. Baylor getting a 1 seed, Texas, Kansas, and West Virginia all getting 3 seeds, and Oklahoma State getting a 4. By the end of the first weekend, 6 of them were gone, dispatched by a 14 seed, a 12 seed, an 11 seed, a 6 seed, a 3 seed, and by Gonzaga. Only Baylor remains. You didn't see that coming? I told you it was coming. I didn't say anything about the Southland Conference, though. The mighty Southland is 2-0 against the Big XII in the last few years of the tournament, with Stephen F. Austin beating 3-seed West Virginia in 2016, and now Abilene Christian over 3-seed Texas last week. By the way, Shaka Smart, if you're watching this, and I know you are, Abilene Christian looked more like those teams you used to coach at VCU. Texas looked like the teams you used to beat. What happened to you? Speaking of 11 seeds, and I was, you wrote off Syracuse? Figured an 11 seed had no chance? You should have listened.
As a double-digit seed, Syracuse is 6-2, making the Sweet 16 as an 11 seed in 2018 and making the Final Four as a 10 seed in 2016. Jim Boeheim don't play that.
11 seed Syracuse beats 6 seed San Diego State and then 3 seed West Virginia. Next up, 2 seed Houston. Jim Boeheim don't play that. Clearly the people on the selection committee didn't stay up to watch Pac-12 games. They should have. The Pac-12 are a combined 12-1 in the tournament. Remember when I said that the Pac-12 was great in the first round, even as double-digit dogs?
The Pac-12 is an enigmatic conference. They were a strong conference in the first round, going 28-11. 11-4 as lower-seeded dogs. Good stuff.
Well, after the first weekend of the tournament, the Pac-12 is 10-1, and 4 of its 5 tourney teams are still around. In all honesty, I had written off UCLA. They struggled down the stretch, but as an 11 seed, they beat Michigan State in the first 4, then 6 seed BYU in the first round, and now Abilene Christian in the second. 12 seed Oregon State only got in because it won the Pac-12 tournament. As a 12 seed, they beat Tennessee leading wire to wire, then beat 4 seed Oklahoma State of the perennially underachieving Big XII. 6 seed USC destroyed 3 seed Kansas, also of the perennially underachieving Big XII. And 7 seed Oregon knocked out 2 seed Iowa. What about that B1G? I didn't call out the B1G specifically, but I'm always leery of the selection committee giving huge numbers of bids to one conference, like the Big East in 2011.
In fact, 2011 was the worst year for the Big East. The selection committee gave the Big East an unprecedented 10 bids that they clearly didn't deserve. 9-seed Villanova, 6-seed Georgetown, 6-seed St. John's, and 4-seed Louisville all lost in the first round. 6-seed Cincinnati, 5-seed West Virginia, 3-seed Syracuse, 2-seed Notre Dame, and 1-seed Pittsburgh were all dispatched in the second round. 11-seed Marquette was ousted in the Sweet 16.
10 of the 14 B1G schools got bids for the tourney. Belmont, Colorado State got passed over because Michigan State was more deserving of an 11 seed. I'd be embarrassed if I was Tom Izzo. Thank you for the offer, but I'm better than that. Give my seed to Belmont. Sparty laid an egg in the play-in game against UCLA. As for the rest of the B1G, after the first weekend, only Michigan remains. A lot of people had Illinois making the Final Four, perhaps winning the whole thing. They look good in B1G play. I saw the Illinois Loyola matchup in the second round and sensed trouble. You should have listened.
You can also get a lot of mileage out of the Missouri Valley Conference. Since 2010, the MVC is 19-14 in the tourney, and they've only lost 3 first-round games.
You questioned the MVC? You should have listened to history. Between Drake and Loyola, the Valley is 3-1 in the tourney, and Loyola is looking really good as they await 12-seed Oregon State. And I'm not going to say history called all of them. The Atlantic 10 only had one team in the tourney this year, St. Bonaventure. And the Bonnies lost in the first round to LSU. The state of Virginia, they laid an egg after achieving high praise a few weeks ago. Not counting UVA as a 4-seed, it was double-digit seeds. 13-seed Liberty played Oak State close before losing. Vatech lost in overtime to Florida, and 10-seed VCU lost out to the NCAA's COVID protocol. Florida, man. Cinderella finally got around the Gators. Florida ended the runs of Cinderellas in 3 previous tournaments. This year, Oral Roberts shocked Ohio State, then beat the Gators to become only the second 15 seed to reach the Sweet 16. Next up for ORU, Arkansas. So how are your brackets? Did you listen to me? Did you take good notes? Did you listen to history? If you had, you'd still be alive in your office pool. If not, you've always got next year. Or the year after that. Or the year, well, you get what I'm saying. You can either listen to history, or your brackets can be history. How are your brackets? Let me know in the comments below. Did you pick Loyola Chicago? Did you pick Kansas? Hey, thanks for coming by. I hope you had fun. I had fun, but I won't quit my day job. And next time you got your brackets in front of you, trying to decide if you should take Sam Houston State over Texas Tech. And I would. Remember me, I'm Mark Haggard. I'm a history teacher. And I've gone rogue.